Hey everybody, Adam Carey here, Hype is here Collectibles, and just want to take a moment here. I'm trying to get my lighting right, so forgive me if this lighting is not good, but wanted to show you some of the stuff I come across this weekend. Me and the wife went out and we had quite a haul. On weekends we like to go out and see what kind of stuff is out there as far as garage sales go, you know, markdown stores, antique stores and all that stuff, and I plan on filming that here very soon, so in the meantime, though, I'm just going to do a handheld film here, just to see, you know, kind of go over some of the stuff we came out with. So, one thing about collecting, if you're ever a real true collector, like you can see I am, I mean, I've got tons of stuff here as far as figures go and everything. But when it comes to collecting, make sure that you go out and, number one, be a part of any collectors groups you can. I had a collectors group turn me on to a garage sale today where a gentleman was having a sale, and I will tell you what kind of deals I got. But first I want to kind of go over the things I got, starting with, this is one of the things he had. This is actually a Undertaker Heritage Series figure. This is around 2011, I believe. I'm guessing on that, but it is a Walmart exclusive. Card's a little bit damaged. You can tell it's got some wear on it there. It's got some, I can get focus there. It's got some, it's had some better days as far as the package goes. It's been up a little bit, but for the price I got it at, I couldn't beat it. This particular figure here isn't worth a ton, but anytime you start getting into Undertaker memorabilia and things that were Walmart exclusive, definitely worth picking up. Wasn't gonna let this pass up, and again, when I talk about the deal I got, I think you'll see why. The Heritage Series figures, I've always liked them because they're a throwback to a particular WrestleMania. This WrestleMania here is the one that Ric Flair's career was ended at. So, I mean, this is kind of nice to have. So, again, as soon as I saw this, me and the wife saw it, I missed them. And she saw them and, of course, went directly back at them. So, there's that. Another pickup I had on this one was something that we got just because, and again, the guy was extremely nice. Talked to him. He's a big fan, big collector. So, he was very lenient on the actual, the deal we got. This is the old WWE Flex Force series. This is Rey Mysterio. And again, this particular Rey Mysterio was a Toys R Us exclusive, which here in the States, obviously, you know, we can't get those anymore. It actually comes with a DVD. The one thing I did notice after I got this figure home is I noticed that the bubble has come loose. So I'm probably just going to have us take that out of the package. Don't see any real reason to keep it in there. But as you can see, I'm going to get under the light here a little bit better so you can see it. It's a nice figure. Again, anything Rey Mysterio, I enjoy his stuff, especially since he's came back. As you can see, I've got some really nice Rey Mysterio figures, and I'll be looking at those directly soon. But anything Rey, I'm pretty much all aboard. This is one of those I've never had. Again, this was kind of in a period where I wasn't collecting, so anytime I see these, I snatch them up, even if it will wind up being loose, which, as you can see, I have no problems collecting loose. Anyhow, this one here was one of the more expensive ones that he had. This is the old WCW. This is Cumberland Toys, so San Francisco toy company. That's what they're known by today, and even then so. This is a Hulk Hogan, and again, this is one of the first. This is Series 2. This is when Hogan first came in. Pretty neat. It reminds me a lot of the old LJN figures, which this guy had some of. They were in decent shape. Anytime you find LJNs, the big stand-up collectibles, try to snatch them up. I didn't because I don't want to be a hog. I didn't want to spend too much money on them. But this one here I had to. As you can see, anything WCW is nice. I've got other WCW memorabilia of Hulk Hogan's. I've got his bandana over there, so I will be showing that off obviously in the future. As you can see here, a little bit of damage. Again, this is an old figure, but it's really cool. This is 94, 95 probably. It's actually 94, so there it is right there. If it'll zoom, it won't zoom, so never mind. It is a 94. Really cool figure. Even it's a little bit beat up, but it'll still go on my wall. The most important parts of this figure, as you can see, the bubble is still safe and secure, which really means a lot. And again, with the creases and damages, that's okay. I mean, again, it is what it is. This was nice. This was a big one. Three of my biggest gets today was this one. And as soon as I saw this one, which I'm about to bring in a frame, I had to have it. He sent me pictures ahead of time, so I kind of knew what I was looking at. But this was one I just had to have. I've seen it online. I've almost bought it a few times. But of course, when it's in hand, you're not going to give it up. This is the DTA Tour figures from WWE, WWF back in the day. This is around 98. This is actually 99, excuse me. This is a Owen Hart Blue Blazer figure. And again, I think this was the last WWE figure made for Owen Hart. I have no Owen Hart figures, and even though the card's a little warped, as you can see, I am not passing this up. Again, if you don't know who Owen Hart is, if you're not really much of a collector or a fan, Owen Hart was tragically killed as he was being lowered into the Kemper Arena. I think it was in May of '99, I believe it was, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that. But he was actually doing this Blue Blazer gimmick, which the Blue Blazer gimmick was what Owen Hart was originally brought in under in late '87, early '88 in WWF. So they brought this back in more of a tongue-in-cheek, is it Owen Hart, is it not, under the gimmick. And of course he ran with it and made it just gold. But having this mint on card where there is no, I mean, the bubble is sealed completely. Again, just a little warped. I was not going to pass this up. This whole series has some pretty interesting ones in it, including and it will not focus for whatever reason. But as you can see, they're pretty neat anyhow. Really neat. So, had to have this. Had to have it. This was a must-have. So, Blue Blazer figure. This will go up on my wall. This was a nice one. Again, anything Owen Hart, if I see it out there, I'm going to get it. So, and again, really cool. The last thing I picked up from this gentleman was this. And this is something I've seen quite a ways back. Knew I wanted it. Let me see if I can get the glare off this here. This here is a VCR WrestleMania board game. And this here goes back to, let me see if I can put it over here so I can get a little bit of a better picture of it. This goes back to 88, I believe. 87, 88, 88. This is 88. What's really cool about this is it's in fantastic shape. It's got one spot here. But when you open this bad boy up, and again, board games, it's not sealed, but as you can see, I mean, goodness gracious, it has the original instructions to the point where, I mean, look at that. That is gorgeous. It just gets no better than that. And they actually had a lot of these games back in the day, as you can see. So these are original paperwork. The whole point of this game was you had a VCR tape where you put the tape in the VCR and, you know, you played a game with it. So this has obviously never been watched. I mean, goodness gracious, everything here is just, it's so good. It's so good. So, I was very happy to see this. Heck, even the original, somebody did fill this out. Interesting. Somebody sent this, was going to, I guess, send this card in. They were 13 years old. Interesting. I'm not going to give out this gentleman's information, as you can see here, but somebody did fill it out a little bit. So somebody did own this. Really cool, though, that all this information is still in here. The board itself is in pristine condition. Try to open it up one-handed. That is really cool, folks. So, was not going to miss this. As soon as I saw it, that was one of the things I wanted. So, anyhow, I'm going to show you what else I got and talk about. This wasn't from the guy from the garage sale, but I did pick this up. This is the Fan Central figures, and the Fan Central figures, this is a Sting Undertaker figure. I will take these out of the box. The Fan Central was originally supposed to be meant for, this was originally meant for Toys R Us. However, Toys R Us goes under, Wal-Mart takes over the Fan Central, and of course, some Walmarts got them, some Walmarts didn't. I thought I'd missed out on this, but I found this here. I was very happy to have found it. Very nice, part of my collection. I love anything Sting, of course Undertaker. These are basic figures. They're not elite joints or anything like that, so still very nice to have. Kind of gimmicky, but I like it. Finally, the creme de la creme. We went into a Target, and when you go into Target, you're always looking for something brand new. So, as soon as I walked in, we go to the figures. Didn't really have much. Again, we were down in Central Florida. We go back, and I go to the Pops, and I find this. Now, if you know anything about these Pops, As you can see, I've got tons of pops as the light kind of blinds you, but I've got tons of pops. This one here is something that I've been wanting for a while. This is the Twinkie the Kid Hostess Twinkies at Icon Spot. Already got a case for it. It is in pristine condition. I mean, just put out there. Saw a second one that was at the counter with the gentleman who was cashing people out. You would call that a cash register. I should have went back and got the second one, but I didn't. Again, I'm not hoarding these to sell them. I just had to have this. Just really neat. I love this design. I love anything that's collectible, anything that brings you back to my childhood. Really awesome. So back to all of this here. So all of these here, everything that you see here, originally the guy wanted, I believe, 25 for the WCW Hogan. He wanted 20 for Owen. Out of all this, I paid $50. So I got every bit of this here for $50. And it was money that I was happy to spend on such a collection. Very happy about it. Thank you for watching this, and I'm sorry for the lighting, sorry for the shakes if I got them. Again, I was just filming this freehand. I will be doing a lot more of this, including I will be breaking a box of Gypsy Queen cards here sometime very soon, probably tomorrow. I will obviously be filming that, so if you have any feedback, please let me know.